Right, lots has changed in the studio. It's time to get you up to speed with the changes that have happened. Oh, I need to run an errand later as well, Steph, so you will be holding down the fort whilst I'm gone. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Good.
It's in safe hand. It's in safe hand.
So a bit of an update for you on the discus tank. Well, first thing, it does need a trim up because all the Vallisneras come to the front. But you might notice there's a few more discus. So obviously we've got the sick one that I've taken out. I didn't want to upset the hierarchy and the numbers. We've got one of the little guys that hides at the back more. So what we did when we went to the shop to pick up some fish recently is I picked up 3 extras, larger size, just to make sure that we've got a good gene pool. Also, when you've got smaller discus, you're always taking a risk. Whenever you buy smaller discus, you take the risk that they are either stunted or like weak genetically. So now we've got some of the smaller ones in there, but we've also got a lot more of the larger ones because if they've got to a larger size when you buy them, it means that they're probably stronger genetically than anything else, just because they've managed to get to that size. So I feel like we've got a really, really nice collection in here now. There's 12 in the tank and there's 1 up the top there. So yeah, but as you can see, we've grown quite drastically. The Vallisnera I want at the back, not in the front. It's quite nice, but obviously it's pushing the fish a little bit too far forward. So this is one of the new ones that we got, and also this red as well, this Marlborough. Look at the vibrancy of the colours. Also, I picked this one, even though it was a little bit smaller, because look at the head thickness. I also picked some of the fish that looked a bit more aggressive, I'd say, in the tank. Not like to the other fish, but were coming forwards in the display. They were showing signs of sort of dominance. And I feel like they're going to be the best ones genetically. I think this one, yeah, this was one. Nice big tall fins on it as well. And that one above it as well. Again, really thick head to it. So yeah. Right, I'm going to have to get my hands in here now and start clearing out some of these plants. There we go, a nice big water change. 50% we've done there. A big amount. I've skipped, I think it's been 2 weeks since the last one, so I wanted to do a nice big one. We've just been crazy busy. But yeah, they coped pretty well with it, considering there were some new guys in there and pretty chilled. They're all sort of huddling down here. Steph was so surprised because some of the discus changed colour. They tend to do that when they're a little bit stressed, which is obviously natural, seeing as they'd never seen this before. But yeah, a lot more tidy, a lot more cut back. Tried to keep the Vallisnera all as that wall as the back because it was creeping so far forward, and I just think that looks a lot better now. It's a little bit misted. That's just all the oxygen bubbles from the water change, but that'll clear shortly. And a bit of an update on our poorly discus. As you can see, there's currently treatment in the water, and surprisingly today, I wasn't expecting it, but the discus is swimming a lot better. It was just pretty much floating in one spot for the past 4 or 5 days, but he's looking better than I've seen so far. This is the second round of treatment that the discus has had. It is eating, albeit not like the other ones ravenously. It sort of lets the food hit its head, floats down, but it does go down and eat. So fingers crossed. I mean, this is very positive. I haven't seen the colours coming back a little bit as well, which that's the main thing that's making me think that the treatment could be working. Fingers crossed. I'm not holding out because I don't want to be disappointed, but come on, little buddy. I'm rooting for you. So this is like loads of the plants I've harvested. We've got a ton of the Vallisnera, and we've got loads of Limnophila. It's a silly flora here, but there's duckweed all in it all. So I'm going to dip it all in the Mabuna tank just to get all that off. And then I think I'm going to put it into the 8 foot.
Ah, the Mabunas again.
Right, guys.
Saving the day.
This is some extra food as well, so you know how piggy they are. They're like, okay, there's not anything in that. Yeah, all I'm trying to do is shake off the plant so that any of the duckweed sort of goes in the water column. Probably won't get all of it, but we can try.
All but try.
Oh, I need to put it on a surface. Oh no, look, I've got my plant prep. All right, don't look.
Sorry, I'm a bit delayed
I've got my plant prep trays. Ideal.
Trays.
I'm going to dip each stem just to make sure. If there's a couple little bits, I can just scoop them out the top of the 8 foot because there's nothing coming out, so it's actually quite easy to take off any duckweed. And what I'm doing here is just grouping them all up, and then I'm going to sort of wrap some tissue around them just to bulk up the base of the stem, like that. And then I'll stick these plant weights on them. And what that means is I can just float them down near the surface, and then the roots will just work their way into the sand, which means we still get some good height on them, but also, yeah.
So,
just means you don't have to like fiddle around and try and find the perfect area. You can just literally go and sink them wherever I want them to sit, and they'll live in the water column, absolutely no problem at all. Oh, look at this one. We didn't realise this, but in a tank, it's grown out of the water.
oh, hold on. There we go.
And it flowers. Eh?
Oh, wow.
Completely different. Look how different it looks as soon as it gets out of the water. Underwater growth.
Much more fine.
Fine. And then...
Interesting. Let's try and understand why that is, MD.
Why what is?
Those leaves are bigger than those leaves.
Like underwater leaves seem to be like...
More tenderly, more fine.
And more surface area overall, I would say. Just because there's less CO2 under the water. There's going to be like... They're going to start pulling nutrients from the water column for sure, which obviously I don't think they'd do above water. It's just all CO2 above water, but they've got to get something from somewhere. So I'm guessing this is, it's not science, but...
Something to do with light as well.
Light.
Photosynthesis.
Less light underwater as well. So the bigger your leaves are, I guess, the more light, nutrients, everything can be uptaken bigger. It's quite clever that it just does that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It just converts.
It looks like a different plant.
Crazy.
Whoa, I didn't even know you were ready.
Neither did I. Did you get it?
Yeah.
Need the scissors because this plant down here, not really liking it. It just looks a bit naff, if you ask me.
The brownie one.
Yeah, I'm going to leave like the base bits of it there, and just take out the top because it's right near the surface. It's just collecting all crud there, and then we can place in the limnophilia. Limnophila, sorry. Is it philia? I don't know. Does that look better, Steph? Oh, it's floating. It is floating. Need to get down there. I need the big tweezers, I think.
Big tweezers coming right up.
Whoa. Cheers.
Edward Tweezer hands.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Good remake.
There's that one. Now that isn't planted. It's just sort of sat in a gap and kind of locked in. Oh, sorry.
Oh gosh, your ass touched my arm.
Cool, it looks a bit funny at the moment. Some of the plants are growing in weird ways, but that will all now start growing up to the surface, looking like, straight, and also just get more and more vibrant as well. Now we've got the Vallisneria. No idea where I want to put this. I'm going to put it as one big chunk and then just let it go wherever it wants.
Oh.
Well, we've got the height in this tank, haven't we? We've got so much height and it grows so tall. I think it just look wicked. Corners, maybe. Just let it work its way in.
Yeah. Not in Chunks' corner, though.
No, because he will destroy
Chunks
it.
Will be peeved.
He won't be happy.
No, just dig it up, spit it out. He has become less grumpy of late, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's out. No,
he's gone
he's
back.
just gone back in since I did that. He was out. So here's what I've done with the Vallisneria. I've got a cable tie, load of weights, because what's going to happen, this is all going to send out new runners anyway, so I don't need to worry about too much about anything else. But yeah, that should all stay put, and then I can sink it where I want it. So I'm thinking right about here. Let it sink down. Like I say, those roots again will just find the sand. How's it look, Steph? Come across a bit?
Yeah, across a bit so you see it. There we go, that's good.
Oh, it looks lovely.
Another bit of texture.
Yeah. This does need trimming as well. That
Yeah.
Rotundifolia HRA.
That's grown so quickly.
I think I should chop it to the height with those top bits and replant those.
Okie dokie.
There we go. That was quite nice. I've collected a few up, and now I can plant them back down as substrate, just like I've done before with the previous trimmers. Look, they're all growing nice as well. Look at Zakara. So what are you doing? Oh, I can't reach. Oh.
It's deep.
Is he in? He's nearly in. He's nearly in. He's in. Should definitely have used the big ladder.
Yeah, would have probably been a bit easier.
Yeah.
Right.
You can try and pretend you know what that's called, Steph.
This Nymphoides Taiwan, I've been doing some reading.
Have you?
No, I just asked you what it was. Is luminous.
Yes.
It looks amazing.
It does grow very well. And like as it's getting closer to the light, you notice it's getting better and better and better.
Yeah, yeah.
Remember, I've just recently turned the lights up because we realised they were way too low, accidentally. Turned down some other lights in the studio and they're on the same remote apparently, and these turned down without me really realising.
That's what happens when you've got 137 tanks.
And now we can clean up the surface. It's funny, I didn't even plan on doing maintenance on this tank, but like you go from one and then you notice something in the other. Before you know it, 3 hours has gone by. Hasn't been 3 hours, but you know what I mean. Yeah, this is looking really, really good now. Those little improvements, I think, have made a big difference. So the vallecen area is just adding a nice little touch, different texture in that section, which will spread left and right, probably even try and come forward. But the really good thing, I think, is the limnophila. It's a very common plant, it's a very easy to grow plant, but my gosh, does it make a big impact straight away? So vibrant, fills up that area nicely. So if I zoom out, look, we've just got like a full sort of shape going on in this section. That's what I wanted. And over this side, we've got the reds that obviously are now even thicker in that area and they'll keep growing. I'm just gonna keep planting and trimming and replanting those. A nice big red pop in that middle section. But yeah, 8 foot is looking the best it ever has, I think. Massively grown in. Right, I've now got to go run the errands. Steph, you know what you need to do. Just crack on with your jobs. I'll be back soon.
Yep. See you later. Don't worry, studio's in safe hands. Right. Just don't get distracted. Don't get distracted. Don't get distracted. I could have sworn there was enough room on the door for both of them. Ah, so refreshing. Sea Monkey stole my money. Oh gosh, he's gonna be back any minute now.
Right, hopefully Steph has cracked on.
Oh yeah.
You've been busy, looks good.
Yeah.
Place is looking good.
So, honestly, I haven't stopped. It's actually been quite emotional as well.
Nice work. The next thing that I want to take care of is the little ecosystem-y pond thingy. I don't know what I call it. Yeah, it's an ecosystem, of course it is. The filter isn't even running anymore. It doesn't need to. Probably should get it working though, just because why not? It's in there, but it does need to trim up. Right, I'll sit up. So, as you can see, looking good. Very dark underneath. More dark on camera. I have to do auto ISO so you can see it. One more up. There we go. That's how I'm actually kind of looking at it. But look at the top here. We have got some immense growth. This is Mariophyllum. Makes like little mini Christmas trees. Steph, you don't have to stay down there anymore. The shot was finished.
Okay.
So as you can see, someone is eagerly waiting a feed. We're actually here for some maintenance, fella. I don't care. I don't care, just feed me. So I'm gonna have to go pretty hardcore with this. This is quite good. If we had every tank at this level, I could just wheel around and yeah, it's quite nice. But we don't. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get pretty like destructive in this tank. I'm gonna have to hack right back. Look, the light can't even get down there. It's basically just natural ambient light now. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get pretty, what's the word?
Deep.
It's not deep.
Wet?
Aggressive? Yeah, I'm gonna have to get aggressive with my trimming.
That's not the right word.
No, because I'm gonna be aggressive.
Well, you don't need to be.
Aggressive meaning like it's gonna look pretty bad.
Ruthless.
I'm gonna be ruthless.
That's the word.
No, I'm not. The roof's still there. Okay? And I was never with someone called Ruth. We have light.
Wow.
Kind of not underneath, but that's fine.
It has.
These
I'll say
roots
it
are
again,
just
it
taking
has.
over.
Hello. Hey, buddy.
So I don't care about this maintenance malarkey. Just feed me. Cories? Yes, they are cories. What?
Good.
Oh yeah, it's well done.
Thank you. Thank
I'm
you.
learning. This has grown so dense in here. Like all the root systems have gone down to the substrate. That's why I'm saying I've got to be like ruthless.
So pull.
The methods certainly work, don't they, Steph? Mm-hmm. There's no denying that. Right, there we go. That's all the maintenance done. I've cleaned the glass, trimmed it right open. Now we're getting way more light in there, added some extra detail stones as they got covered by the sand being pushed back. It's a bit murky, but obviously I've dusted everything up. There were so many roots that were grown into the sand, and as I pulled them out, it's obviously dusted it up with nutrients and stuff from underneath the soil. But here he is, he's still there, and you still haven't fed me, he's thinking. Yeah, I got the filter going again. It was just basically completely clogged to the point there was no flow. Like I say, it's not needed, but I mean, it's going to clear this up nice and quickly. Opened up all underneath the lights, but I still wanted to keep some tall plants to give it that sort of edge of the water vibe, but we'll come back shortly and it should be clear. Right, so it's been a few hours. Everything is looking really, really clear. A lot more light in there now. We can see all the cories moving around, which is nice. Where's the better gone? I literally just saw it 2 seconds ago. Where is he? I'm sure he'll come out in a minute, but anyway, we've got a nice little collection of the panda cories here. We've got the gold cories coming to the front as well. You can really see the goldness now and why they're called that. Gold laser, because it's a laser. So nice. Plants at the top, I mean, they've taken a bit of a whack. They don't look as great. Some of them are a bit kind of funky, but they'll sort themselves out as to what ones like grow well and what ones don't. Trimmed all of this section off, of course, so there's nothing underneath the lights now. And yeah, it's worked really well. I think it looks great. Steph just said he leant right at the back there and he said he could see the bear at the back. It's probably hiding because of what we've done. Devastated the tank. He is in here. I saw him earlier. Ah, here he is. Got like a little area, a little safe refuge, I guess. He's like, I'm just staying here until this all calms down a little. It's fine now, buddy. You can go out swimming. There we go. He's come out. You go explore your home. Everything's looking a bit more sort of yellowy. I guess that's because there wasn't a lot of light down there, but it'll come back very, very shortly. Well, guys, it's a new day since that whole last section was filmed, and I've come in this morning, and yeah, it's not good. I'm gutted. I am. I actually thought it was pulling through. It was down at the bottom. I thought it was just resting, and I went in with my net and touched it, and it came to the top. It's gone. Steph's going to be gutted as well because he was like getting kind of happy that it was showing promise. Now, I've seen things like this before, but he hasn't. So, yeah, such a shame. I was rooting for you, buddy, but not to be. Now, what is the cause of this? I mean, could I cut it open and look for internal parasites? I wouldn't know what I was looking for, and I don't even have a microscope, so I'm not going to be doing that. Now, it is actually a Sunday. I don't usually come in for too long on a Sunday, but I come in and do a feed and just check that everything's all right. Didn't really want to be experiencing this, but it is what it is. I guess that particular discus just had very poor genetics and, just succumbed to some sort of internal parasite. It has to be that. I mean, all the others, though, they're all doing really, really well. So I don't think there's any problems. Like I say, the whole tank's been treated anyway. And then I did extra treatment on that one individually twice. I tried as best as I could. It wasn't to be. Steph's actually going to be here in a minute as well because we're just filming some last stuff and then we're off to Germany. Not really the way I wanted to start the trip. But it's real, these things happen, and it's good for me to document it and show you guys it as well, so that you know that everything isn't always rosy. Sometimes you do get these things, but we move on and we focus on keeping these guys looking brilliant, getting them fed up, getting them grown. I mean, look at this one; it's already growing massive already, probably double the size from when I first got it. So we know all the methods are working well, and it was just put it down to an anomaly. If it starts to happen again, obviously you know that, well, even then it could be a batch of weaker fish. I mean, they didn't all come in the same batch, so you just don't know. And sometimes it happens. And like I say, I like to keep everything real in this channel, show you everything, even the bad stuff. R.I.P. buddy. I just got a flood of emotion as I said that, actually. Horrible. Oh, Steph's just got here. Steph. He hasn't been in. We've got some bad news.
What's happened?
Come over.
Huh? Bad news. Oh. Is that bad?
No, look, in the corner.
Oh no.
Didn't make it. And we thought it was like looking better, didn't we? It's gone.
Well, we tried.
Yeah. It happened, like I just said. I just recorded a little bit and said, like, these things can happen in fish keeping. It's important for us to show the good and the bad side. But, yeah.
Well, yeah, that's a shame, because I thought it was getting better as well.
It literally looked like it was getting better.
I started swimming around.
Colour was coming back. And then, no, well...
Last flurry.
Yeah.
Ah.
But we move on. We move on. Steph made a good point then, actually. We were just sat over the computer and I said, I actually got like a flood of emotion, which I don't really tell. I'm not a very emotional like kind of guy, but I think it's because of the fact that we were trying so hard and you sort of create this little individual bond with the fish. Whereas if you just come up to your tank and a fish is dead, it's like, oh, that's sad, but you didn't really see any of the process, it's just dead. But with this one, it felt like it was getting better, so it kind of like, I don't know, just felt it more for some reason. Right, I don't want to end things on such a, miserable note, because we are going to Germany, like I said. We are literally leaving at 4 a.m. in the morning, so that's why we're here now on a Sunday. Lights are going off. Just going to do a final feed as well. And Kate will be coming and feeding, that sort of thing. But we need to get all the equipment stuff. We need everything. Like,
Everything?
Like camera equipment, not taking tanks. But yeah, we're going...
I was thinking, I don't know if that will fit in my bag, that.
Oh, I thought you were going to show me that the camera's broke or something then.
No.
But yeah, so we're going to Denelay Plants, and I think we're meeting with MJ as well, MJ Aquascaping. So I've met him before. Funnily enough, I met him in Texas. But yeah, it'll be cool. We're going to do a tank and stuff together like that, so that'll be brilliant. So yeah, more stuff coming.